What's up, guys? It's your favorite bartender, A5 Cup of Coffee, and we are back again for episode 15 of the CoffeeBar Live. I appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all hear the music. Y'all know what it is. We got a few more snippets of that Mortal Kombat. We're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk about the other big thing that came out, which was that Godzilla vs. King Kong from HBO Max. So let's go ahead and get into this drink, you know. And get started. I'm gonna make this one for y'all in front of y'all. We're gonna have some sour apple pucker. Gonna be making a brown martini today. A little bit of vermouth, just a little bit. And this one we're gonna make with Crown. Put some ice in here. This used to be my favorite song when I was little. And there we have it, a brown sour apple. What's up, Evelyn? What's up, Jensen? Appreciate y'all coming out. Shout out to the folks that join me every time around. I appreciate y'all coming out. Make sure y'all share the video. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel just in case you can't watch the whole thing tonight. I understand. Just go ahead and subscribe, and you'll be able to see it tomorrow morning because I post them every morning afterwards. So let's get down to it. So I had the music playing for Mortal Kombat because we got a few more snippets of a trailer from the new Mortal Kombat movie that is supposed to be coming out this year. Of course, it got pushed back just a little bit, but it is still supposed to be coming back, coming out this year with what I call the ST treatment, which is the streaming / theatrical release at the same time treatment. And we're going to get into that and why more movies haven't done this, something that I just found out. And I know more casual moviegoers are just asking the question, why won't they just launch these on streaming services? There's two reasons behind it, and we're going to talk about it here in a few moments. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and get into this Mortal Kombat breakdown. So from what I understand and what the synopsis is showing, coming directly from the one of the producers, James Wan, which he does wonderful with scary movies. So I hope he does really good with this movie as well. But the movie is supposed to start off with the bloody feud between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, Bi-Han, that version of Sub-Zero, which is the first brother, and then also Hanzo, which is Scorpion's actual name. So it's supposed to start off with that whole feud, kind of like the cartoon movie that I've made reference to before. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Scorpion's Revenge. It's supposed to start off with that, but instead of following Scorpion or Sub-Zero or Liu Kang or anyone like that, it's supposed to be following this brand new character named Cole. He's not in any of the video games from what I understand. And so he's supposed to be like this washed up MMA fighter that he finds out he has a lineage linked to someone. Maybe it's linked to Scorpion, maybe it's linked to someone else, but he's supposed to have this lineage. But we're supposed to be actually following him. Now, Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, the main characters that we normally follow from Earthrealm, Sonya, Jax, all of them, they're going to be in the movie. But it looks like this Cole character is going to be kind of the driving force behind the movie. And not only that, he's going to also be more than likely the person that they spout exposition to, so people who don't follow the games can kind of catch on to the movie. So that's interesting to me, how they're gonna actually do that without actually doing the normal main characters. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. We're not gonna be focusing so much on that. It's gonna be this new character Cole, who's gonna be the main character. So that's a little bit of a change for me, but I'm okay with it. As long as the action is good, as long as the storyline makes sense, I'm good for new. Moving forward, another HBO Max launch that's getting the special treatment, the ST treatment, is going to be Godzilla vs. King Kong. Man, we finally got a full trailer, and it was definitely worth the wait. Let me take a drink to that. I appreciate them coming out with that. This martini's good. But, man, yes, we saw 100 characters in that game. Right, Max. They could have got anybody right. I'm with you on that. It's 3,000 characters in the Mortal Kombat movie, period, and they pick a new guy. So, I don't know. Like I said, maybe they're going to just be using him for exposition purposes. But in any case, moving forward, yeah, Godzilla versus King Kong, man, I definitely want to hear y'all's theories on the movie, because I got one in particular, and I want to know if y'all agree or disagree. So first and foremost, it looks like they're going to be making Godzilla be the bad guy in this movie. In the old version, they had Godzilla be the quote-unquote bad guy in it. And it looks like the same with this. Instead of the whole lightning cop-out, it looks like King Kong has grown significantly in order to fight Godzilla. Because as we know before, he was in adolescent stage. They did make that very apparent and in the forefront, because a lot of people were asking, how can Godzilla fight King Kong if King Kong is supposed to be this smaller individual? And they made it known that he was only an adolescent in the 70s when they went to Skull Island. So he's grown significantly in the last 30. Well, actually, if that took place in the 70s, in the last 50 years, he grew significantly. So it's plausible. It's plausible if he was only an adolescent. In any case, Godzilla is supposed to be the bad guy here. He's supposed to be wreaking havoc on everybody. And King Kong is definitely supposed to be our good guy, our protector in this whole scenario. They did say one character would actually lose the fight. It wouldn't be tied like they did the last time. They both fell into the water. King Kong came out the water. Godzilla presumably went his separate ways. So it's not going to be that. The good news is King Kong isn't going to get struck by lightning in order to get a power-up, but he does seem to have this this battle axe. And from what I've been reading and from what I've been seeing, and I've seen other theories on that, it looks like that could be a spike from this Godzilla, like maybe from a fight that they had before, or it could be a spike from a previous Godzilla, because remember in the first Godzilla movie, they did walk into this, seemed like a tomb where they seen old Godzilla bones, which is interesting in itself. Now, that being stated, I don't think Godzilla is technically the bad guy, because I've seen toy leaks and stuff like that, and I think it's going to be Mecha Godzilla. Now, my real Godzilla fans out there, remember when Godzilla first faced off against Mecha Godzilla, he looked exactly like Godzilla until they had like maybe it was like maybe an atomic breath off is what I'll call it, and then you start to see the fading of the mask that looked like Godzilla, and you start to see like the metal, and then eventually it went full metal. And I think that's kind of what they're gonna do in this movie. That's my theory. I think it's gonna be a Mecha Godzilla, maybe forged with the brain of Ghidorah, or maybe some parts from Ghidorah, and maybe some parts from like a pseudo android, some parts from the old Godzilla bones, and they're gonna to fuse them together to get like their version of Mecha Godzilla. And I think that's who Kong is going to be fighting. And then maybe upon maybe beating that Mecha Godzilla, or them coming together to beat him, he's going to mistake the real Godzilla for this Mecha Godzilla, and that's how they're going to have their fight. That's my theory. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say on that. I don't think the whole movie he's going to be fighting Godzilla. As a matter of fact, that axe blow, I think there's going to be, I think everybody saw at the end, you see Kong coming down with this X blow, I think he's going to be hitting Mecha Godzilla with that blow and not the real Godzilla. That's just my theory. I could be wrong, but I don't see how you go from Godzilla basically saving the Earth twice in his movies to being the absolute bad guy out of nowhere. Now, some of the characters from the Ghidorah's head to make a Mecha Godzilla and being around. That's fair. Okay, Max, I can see that. Okay. I mean, I'm down to hear anybody else's explanation, because right now it doesn't make sense that Godzilla goes from just basically this almost benevolent creature that's gonna protect us at any cost. You know, even though we made but they made the mistake of, you know, blowing them up with the, you know, with the oxygen destroyer and all of that. He still came back and he helped out or whatnot. And then he goes to being, this bad guy. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. Like I said, I think they're gonna have the Mecha Godzilla being the bad guy, and then there's gonna be a case of mistaken identity. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And then also, check out on my channel. If you don't catch it this time around, check it out on my channel. Leave your comments there. I'll definitely respond. Moving forward from there, we are going to go ahead and go into some other previews. Looks like Black Widow will be getting the ST treatment as well. I've seen some announcements go on. I actually posted it. But looks like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow movie will be getting the streaming slash theatrical release thing, kind of like Wonder Woman did. And I think Wonder Woman is probably the driving force behind this, because as I told you all before, Black Widow kept getting pushed back. And the reason why that I found out was there is a contractual obligation. So basically, Scarlett Johansson has something in her contract that says if, they need to basically release it in the theatrical formation, because she gets a piece of whatever the profit is on the back end. Of course, with, whatever she's paid for actually acting in the movie. So I believe that's why a lot of these movies haven't actually been pushed out. And I believe a lot of the actors have contracts where they say, hey, yes, I get paid, let's say $5 million to play in this movie. However, I want a percentage of whatever the profits are after the fact. And I think that's what's causing a lot of the movies to keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, because if they release it on the streaming service, then there may not be a profit margin, or there may not be a large profit margin for them to give their actors whatever they agreed on. That's my theory on what's going on there. And I know Scarlett Johansson definitely does have something in her contract that says that, but I believe that's why, like, Sony especially is pushing their movies back, like Morbius, the new, it's not Tomb Raider. No, Tomb Raider 2 is coming out soon. They've already started that, but what's the other one with Tom Holland? There's another movie with Tom Holland, but it's been pushed back as well. Guys, help me out. What is the name of that game that Sony has? Uncharted. Uncharted is supposed to be coming out, but they pushed that back again as well. So I believe that's why Sony is holding all their movies close to the vest. As a matter of fact, Morbius has been pushed to next year, as a matter of fact, and it was supposed to be coming out early this year. So, man, I'm hoping that they do have a plan for these other movies that are going to come back out after the pandemic, because these movies that we're waiting on, they're already made. They're already made, and what's holding them back is, I believe, contractual obligations to either the studio, or what's up, Denise? To either the studio or the actors, and that's what's keeping them from actually putting them out. So, casual moviegoers, please be patient with, the movies coming out. It's not really honestly, it's not honestly the head honchos at this point. It's the contractual obligations they have. As an example, King Kong vs. Godzilla, when Warner Brothers announced we're going to drop everything in theaters and on HBO Max, they got into it with Legendary, because Legendary is actually one of the producers who put a lot of money into King Kong vs. Godzilla, and they may not make all their money back because it's going to HBO Max. So a lot of other production studios like Marvel, Disney, Sony and these, they have to keep those contractual obligations. So be as patient as you can. Try to understand what they're trying to do here. But I will say this for other movie makers and things going forward, y'all should maybe put another clause in the contract where y'all can drop these movies just in case something like this happens. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to be doing from here going forward. Moving on. We do have another movie coming out for the kids, coming out for Disney, and I believe it's gonna be getting the split treatment as well. It's called Raya and the Last Dragon. It's giving me Avatar vibes, because from what I've been seeing in the previews, is showing their people changed and now they're divided due to either differences or war, and the only thing that is gonna help is finding the last dragon. Avatar, dragon Avatar? Maybe, no, but it may surprise me. It may surprise all of us and be a little bit different. It looks, visually, it looks wonderful. It has, you can tell it has a little humor to it or whatnot. Disney really doesn't let you down in the cartoon department. Every once in a while they have a flop like maybe Cars 2, but Disney in that department with Pixar, they really don't let you down. So it's 9 times out of 10 is going to be at least decent. So I'm definitely ready for it. I definitely want my kids to see it. Just one more thing for the kids to see as well during the pandemic era. And if you all have not let your kids watch it or anything like that, please let them watch Soul. It's actually pretty funny and pretty good. So moving forward, we do know, last thing as far as previews, we do know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming up next. That's the one that's slated to come up next as far as Disney Plus TV series. So that's actually pretty good. And we got WandaVision, which we will discuss here in a few moments. That's actually going on right now. Now, that being stated, HBO Max, not to be one to be left behind, they did go ahead and make this huge announcement that they are going to be doing a Harry Potter series on the HBO Max. So being coupled with some of their other properties that Warner Brothers has, like Titans, and being coupled with His Dark Materials, which is like an offshoot of What's Up, Juan? Being an offshoot of The Golden Compass, which is actually really good. If you haven't checked it out, check out His Dark Materials. But being coupled with different magical things like that in Euphoria and what's the other one? Raised by Wolves, which is actually really good as well. Guys, Harry Potter is coming back with a vengeance, and it's going to have its own series, and it's going to be on HBO Max. So definitely check it out. I checked out all of the movies. I liked some of them. Harry Potter, Evelyn. Well, I'm not. What's up, one? I'm not mad at that, Evelyn. I'm just mad that they fought the same person for 6 movies straight. Like, I don't understand how come they couldn't get rid of this dude after 6 movies. But in any case, it seems like this is going to take place after everything that happened in Harry Potter. The cool thing about this is we'll, just like in His Dark Materials, we'll actually be able to see more of the magic, more of the spells, more of them, learning in class. Maybe it's going to be Harry Potter and, Harry Potter's The Next Generation or whatnot. But it seems like it could be a really good premise. I'm excited about it. I know a lot of Harry Potter fans out there excited. Amazon, not to be left behind. Amazon has come with some great movies. We talked about one last week, One Night in Miami. Sylvie's Love, they are not to be one to be left behind. They are launching a series as well. If you like Lord of the Rings, guess what? Amazon Prime, you want to go ahead and sign up or get somebody's password, because they are coming out with a Lord of the Rings series. It looks like they're going to spend a lot of money, put a lot into it. If you know, Amazon Prime does not pull any punches with any of their stuff. If you watch Jack Ryan, absolutely awesome. The Boys, absolutely awesome. Their series are really good, and even some of the ones I haven't checked out myself, they get pretty nice critical acclaim. So Amazon Prime is not pulling their punches either. So these 3 streaming services are, yes, Evelyn, yes, they are doing that. And so just know that these streaming services are not pulling their punches. Netflix and Hulu right now still the top at this point right now, but man, these other 3 streaming services are coming, and they are coming with a lot of moxie at this point. They are not afraid of the Netflix series or original content, because to be honest, a lot of Netflix original content and movies is decent at best, But a lot of the stuff that Amazon Prime has come out with has been like, man, award nominated. So, I mean, they don't have as much content, but they have better quality at this point, my personal opinion. But you guys let me know what you all think about that. I'm excited about both series coming out, and we'll go from there and see what's going on. Now, that being stated, speaking of streaming services and things of that nature, we'll get back to the previews in a minute. But let's go ahead and jump into one of the shows that I know everybody's watching right now on Disney Plus, which is WandaVision. WandaVision has 3 episodes at this point, 30 minutes apiece, and we're all on the edge of our seats right now trying to figure out what's going on. What's up, Gabby? Y'all make sure y'all share the video. It definitely helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drink More Coffee. It's easy to find at this point because I'm growing. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can make that money, y'all. So y'all help me out. In any case, WandaVision, absolutely awesome. So at the end of the last episode, we saw Wanda was pregnant. The color came in, and all of these things started to happen. So Wanda is magically pregnant, and she's progressing faster than Jennifer Tilly in Seed of Chucky. Like, I guess voodoo and magical pregnancies progress fast. I don't know. I don't know. Women, do y'all like that or not? Because, I mean, she went from 0 to 9 months in about 30 to 40 minutes, and she delivered. So it was actually pretty cool. It was actually a pretty cool thing to watch. Absolutely hilarious seeing her lose control of her powers. Now, guys, just a little bit of a comic book dig. I know this is normally my homie Jensen's field, but I'm going to dip into it just a little bit real quick. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Frat? I'm going to dig into it a little bit. Normally it's his field, but in the comics, Wanda does have, thanks to her powers, she does give birth to twins as well. And their mutant names are Wiccan and Speed. And Wiccan has similar powers to Wanda, while Speed, of course, has similar powers to Pietro, or her brother Quicksilver. So the thing about this was, I was wondering, was it Wanda that was causing these things to happen, or was it Wiccan causing these things to happen around her? Because there was one point where Wanda was actually kind of trying to hide that she was pregnant, and there was like this stork walking around her house, and she couldn't get it to disappear like she had gotten everything else to disappear. And I'm wondering if that was Wiccan kind of doing the whole charm thing. My charm fans know when Piper got pregnant by Leo, you know, she couldn't control her powers. Her powers were different. So, but it was the baby, not completely her. So maybe they had a charm thing going on there. Again, magical pregnancies can have some interesting outcomes. So, cool thing about that is, she finally got everything under control, and she gives birth to these babies with the help of, Vision actually came back. And then you had Monica Rambeau helping her out, who was talking her head off while she was trying to get her to leave. So the babies are born. Everything goes fine. But when it was crazy, because Wanda kind of snaps out of it and she starts talking about her brother, and Monica starts talking about her brother, and man, Scarlet Witch kind of Thanos is her. She kind of kicks her out of the bubble, the whatever the mental bubble is, and now we do know that they are in some sort of bubble, because she does kick Monica out, but Monica is still wearing the clothes that she had on, including this little symbol that looked like a sword symbol. So maybe she was just kind of caught up in the bubble and she was kind of shaking loose. But when she starts talking about Pietro, she was like, yeah, your brother got killed by Ultron. And she starts talking about him, and then she starts snapping in and out. Monica gets kicked out. She gets exiled from the bubble because she's asking too many questions or saying too many things that are real at this point. And while this is happening, Vision is outside with the neighbors, and the neighbors are kind of snapping out of it. They want to tell Vision what's going on, but they're kind of looking at each other like, no. So we got this whole mystery Pleasantville magical feel to this thing, and I've mentioned this before, that it does feel like Pleasantville, where they're trying to suppress different emotions and whatnot, or suppress different parts of information to kind of keep. I think they're all aware that they're being controlled somehow, and it seems like they're scared at some point. Now, the neighbor lady keeps bringing up her husband Ralph. Now, this is the thing. I'm still under the impression that either Wanda, with some manipulation from a different being, what's up, Sherilyn, is actually causing all of this to happen. I'm thinking it's Mephisto, but thinking back on it, because this is supposed to be setting up not only Spider-Man 3, but also Doctor Strange, something that did get hinted is that Nightmare was supposed to be one of the villains of the Doctor Strange movie. And it could be Nightmare that's causing issues with Wanda's powers, or manipulating her to be in this bubble. It's a lot of things that could be happening right now, but what we do know for sure at this point is Wanda does have 2 kids at this point that she gave birth to. And the cool thing about it is, because when Monica got kicked out, she was wearing her own clothes. Maybe those kids will still be in reality once they come out of this bubble. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. One more comic book did kind of make Wanda have another psychotic break when she realized her kids weren't real in the comics. So maybe they're going to kind of play off of that in this show. All I know is WandaVision is basically the axis for a lot of things. It's going to be the axis for the X-Men coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's going to be the setup for Spider-Man 3, and it's going to be set up for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So it's got a lot of things going on, so that's why we have so many theories. If you watch other YouTube channels, you know they got a lot of theories as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think about what's going on with WandaVision. At this point, the cool thing is they're happy. They have 2 kids. At this point, we got Vision kind of thinking about what's going on, and the neighbors as well. So we'll see what's going to happen this Friday. Of course, I will tell y'all what's going on next Wednesday. Next things we got, kind of jumping out of that, we got Netflix dropping a new show called Fate and the Winx Saga. It's actually okay from what I've seen so far. I've made it halfway through the series. I'll finish it up more than likely this weekend. But it has a Harry Potter Last Avatar vibe to it as well. It's basically, what's up, Brittany? It basically actually has this character Bloom, who's a fairy. And it looks like in this world, fairies, you know, they have different powers, and the powers are based on their emotions. The stronger, whatever the emotion is, the stronger their powers are. So it's not like if they're sad or if they're happy, it goes up or down. If they're really, really happy, powers go up. If they're really, really sad, the powers go up. So it's interesting to see how it is. We got empaths, we got people who can control water, we got people who can control fire, which Bloom, our main character at this point, is the one who can control fire. And then we have the burned ones that are kept out by a barrier. It's interesting to say the least. I gotta say it took me a little bit to get through the first episode, but the second episode was a little bit better. So I like I said, I'm gonna give the whole series a try here, and I'll let y'all know what I think about it. I recommend going ahead and giving it a try at this point, because it is getting better as the series goes along. But that first episode for me personally was a little bit hard to get through, because it just reminded me of so many other shows and movies that I've seen before. You know, there's nothing new under the sun, so excuse me on that one. Now, jumping out of that and into the CW world, we got Walker, Jared Padalecki's version of Walker. He is a widower who is trying to deal with the death of his wife, who actually, her last call was to him, and she was killed. It was actually, it wasn't an accident or anything like that. She was definitely killed, and he's trying to kind of come back from an undercover mission and kind of rejoin with his kids and help them deal with what's been going on over the past year since, their mom and his wife died. My thoughts on the show, because that's just basically the synopsis of what happened, and they're going to explain all of that, him getting a new partner and him kind of being reacclimated to, his home life without his wife. That's going to be the entire first episode when you watch it. Was it thrilling? No. Was it horrible? No. It's gonna be one of those shows. Maybe it's a kind of write up type thing. It's not gonna be like, you know, The Boys or Supernatural, where it's like, dang, I got to see the next episode. But I am gonna give it a chance. At least the first half of the first season, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll let you all know what's going on, so you all don't have to watch every episode. But I'm gonna give it a chance just off the merit of Jared Padalecki, him being in Supernatural, which is one of my favorite shows. But in this one right now, he's a little bit more. He doesn't have Dean to play off of right now, with Dean being the more spontaneous character, and him being the more laid back and, you know, I got to plan everything. He's a little more stoic in this to me, and he doesn't at this point have someone to play off of to kind of make it a little bit more enjoyable. So we'll see what happens with it. Right now, him and his son is pretty much made up, but him and his daughter are kind of on opposite ends of the scale because he left kind of almost immediately after, you know, their mom passed due to an assignment. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not super thrilled, but I'm not too let down just yet. I figured it was going to be interesting to get into anyway, because it's a remake of a series. To be honest, Chuck Norris had a lot of pull on that with his popularity, but Walker wasn't that interesting to me the first season or so either. So we'll see what comes out of it. Moving on, speaking of the CW and new things, Batwoman season 2 started last week. I caught the second episode this week, and it was interesting. They haven't replaced Ruby Rose's Batwoman by recasting her. They actually, it seems like they got it in the air whether she has died or not. And that's interesting in itself, but that Batwoman did inspire another Batwoman, which is the new character is her. But they're not pretending like they've recast. They're not pretending like this is the same person. This is a completely new Batwoman who has completely different characteristics. And some of the team, well, the guy from the team, he's not completely sold on having a new Batwoman, but he does agree that the city does need a new Batwoman. So that's where they're at with that, and they're dealing with one of the characters from the past who supposedly did or did not kill the original Batwoman. So they're kind of dealing with her at this point. I'm interested to see where it goes. It does have my interest just enough for me to watch the next episode. So the next episode comes out next week, I believe next Monday. I'll watch it, let you all know what's going on with that. Let me know your all's theories and what you all think about that. Like I said, it's up in the air for me so far. So, guys, as far as right now, speaking on Godzilla versus King Kong, the new Mortal Kombat snippets and the new character, WandaVision, and then Raya and The Last Dragon. You guys let me know what you think about all those things that we covered today. It has been my sour brown apple martini. It's actually really good. That's actually really good. And that's my first time making that, so that's actually a pretty good mix. But you guys let me know what you all think. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. This is episode 15, guys, and we got plenty more episodes to go, keeping you updated on movies, show, entertainment, news, and previews. Y'all let me know what more y'all want. Always inbox me and let me know if y'all don't know how to watch a certain series or movie or anything like that. I always got ways to help you all out, so let me know. Guys, it's been A5 Cup of Coffee. It's been absolutely fun. Y'all, please like, share, and subscribe once again, and I'm out.